Hello my beautiful friends, welcome to Alicia and the City. It's very good to see you here as always, and today I'm starting a new category on my channel which I decided to call Social Media Corner. And the reason for that is because by day I'm actually a marketing manager. I specialize in social media marketing, influencer marketing and digital marketing in general. And I've been getting a lot of questions about marketing and social media in specific on my social media channels, and I have decided that maybe people want to know more about it. So that's why I'm here sharing this knowledge with you. Please, if you're interested in this subject, let me know in comments down below so that can motivate me to create more videos just like this one. And today we actually gonna talk about what is it that you should do, what steps should you take if you want to work with brands. And I will tell you from the two perspectives. So first perspective is a professional one. I work with influencers on a regular basis, and I will tell you what influencer marketing managers look for in influencers, and I also will tell you as a content creator how I score my brand partnerships and what steps do I take and why they want to work with me. So without further ado, let's dive in. So the first thing I want to mention that there is plenty of content related to the subject, and a lot of influencers or so they call themselves, give you advice of creating content regularly and blah blah blah. It's all we already know that consistency is very important, but I will try to be more specific, and I actually wrote down here some of the action steps which you can take. So first and foremost, the most important thing, which is sort of like but it's creating quality content. And what I mean by that is not just about the quality of your picture. Obviously, try to use a good camera. It doesn't have to be professional camera. It can be camera which you can find on your phone, as long as the resolution is good, the colors look bright enough, and it's not even about using filters or anything like that, which I obviously highly encourage you to do, but it's more about what kind of message you spreading out there, what are you bringing to the table, what makes you unique, what makes you stand out among other bloggers and influencers out there. And I think trying to create something which resonates with a lot of people should be a top priority. So when I refer to quality content, I just don't mean a beautiful picture. I mean something which, again, resonates with people liking it, people engaging in it, people commenting on it. So whatever it is, that would be the thing number one. You wanna probably pick a niche. That's another point I have written down here. So thing number two is pick a niche. And I don't wanna limit anyone in any way, but speaking from professional perspective, influencers with a niche tend to get more attention from influencer marketing managers, because, for example, if I'm a marketing manager and I have this new product launch, which, let's say it's vitamins you put in water, and when I'm looking for an influencer to work with, I would most likely pick someone who specializes in healthy nutrition, healthy lifestyle, because that's kind of audience that influencer has, and therefore that's something I'm looking forward to target. So the more targeted your audience is, the more likely you are to be picked for a certain product. So when you think of again, what kind of brands you want to work with, think what kind of value you already bring into your social media. Is it in alignment with what you want to promote? Because I would say that a lot of people make a mistake that influencer marketing is just about posting pretty pictures and different outfits, but it's way more than that. Of course, if you're a fashion influencer, then probably you know, that's your thing, and posting pretty pictures in pretty clothes will work. But if you want to work with different brands, then I would advise you to sort of specialize in that and focus your content on those areas. Another tip I have for you, tip number 3, is do a product photography without any collaborations. So it kind of links to what I already said in my 2 previous points, but try to sort of think through what kind of content you want to be posting on your social media, what kind of brands you want to be working with. For example, you want to work with beauty brands, but so far, you know, you're not big enough, you only have a few hundreds of followers or even a few thousands, and you don't know really how to, you know, how to get them to pay attention to you. So what I would advise is actually start posting pictures of lipsticks, eyeshadows, anything beauty related you already have, and you can start writing reviews of those products. You can start creating makeup looks with that, just so you do it for yourself first, to gain the audience which might be interested in it. And once you actually get good at it, that's when brands will start paying attention to you. But you cannot just go and approach brands without having that portfolio to begin with. And tip number 4 would be consistent. So I know a lot of people talk about consistency in terms of how often do you post, but I would also point out that there should be another type of consistency, is with your message. What are you putting out there? So if, for example, one day you post about again, since we already picked beauty industry, so let's say you post about beauty one day, and then next day you wake up and you decide to focus on I don't know, motherhood and parenting tips. I don't say that it's necessarily bad to mix those things. I'm just saying that try to be consistent with, you know, what your page is about. Maybe you can separate and create separate pages. For example, for me, my main account, which is Alicia and the City, is more about lifestyle, it's more about beauty, skincare, sometimes foods, fashion. So it's more of, you know, all of those lifestyle dedicated posts. But I also have another account which is my pretty little diary, and this one is more focused about New York City history, architecture, places I like, you know, restaurants, and also books. Even though I'm actually planning to move books to another account. So I try to diversify, because all of those things I'm very passionate about. But in the end of the day, when someone is looking to work with me, they look for very specific things on those accounts, and I want to try to be more specialized. So still work in progress. Anyways, tip number 5, make sure that your engagement is in check. And what I mean by that is you don't have to have thousands and thousands of followers. And for my main account, I currently have over 4,000 followers, I think 4,500 if I remember correctly. And yet I work with big brands, and sometimes brands reach out to me. Granted that most of the work I should do I usually do myself, but what I'm trying to tell you is that brands do want to work with me, even though, as you can see, my following is not insane. Why they want to work with me? Because I have a pretty high engagement. People actually engage with my content, they comment on it, they actually genuinely interested in what I have to say. So my tip or my advice would be, make sure that whatever message you're putting out there resonates with people and you actually engage with your audience. I cannot tell you enough about frustrating experiences I have as an influencer marketing manager. when I see beautiful accounts, I see that they have, let's say, 20, 30, 50,000 followers, and everything seems pretty good and in shape. However, I open their comment section and I see hundreds of unanswered comments. And to me, it sort of defeats the whole purpose of having social media to begin with. If you don't engage with your community, why do you even call yourself an influencer? You're not influencing anyone. And I think, you know, the first thing you can do in order to sort of attract that engagement to begin with is actually going to other people's pages and, you know, be genuine about it. Find similar accounts, similar like-minded accounts, which you can be friends with and support each other. And then you would see that, you know, another audience is also begins to get attracted to your page, and you gain your following, but most importantly, you gain your engagement. And also, you know, be mindful about, again, what you're posting. Just posting a pretty picture or a video is not enough. It has to be educational. It has to be something people want to share with a friend. It has to be something which is, you know, not just attractive but also useful in some way. Next tip I have for you is to create a social media portfolio. And I think that's where a lot of influencers fail. A lot of people ask for my advice, and usually one of the first thing I recommend them to do is to create social media portfolio, and then they say, oh, but that's gonna take so much time. I don't have time for that. I just want to work with brands. If you don't have time to create social media portfolios, then you shouldn't be doing this whole influencer blogger thing to begin with. Because when you are getting hired, even if you're not getting paid, even if it's just for free product sort of barter exchange, it's still, you know, money which costs to a company. And I do understand that you also have to be mindful of your time and value that, but nobody gonna hire you if you cannot see if they cannot see what you are capable of. So, you know, there are plenty of templates and materials out there on how to create social media portfolio. If you guys are interested, I can record a separate video focusing just on that, but definitely look into one. And then another thing I have here is to sign up for influencer platforms. There is a tremendous amount on the market of platforms you can use when working with brands. For example, there is Influencer, where usually they will ask you for a review and like a easy social media post. There is Octoly, Collectively. I would link those down below if you guys haven't heard of them, but granted that those accounts have to approve you first, those apps, sorry, they have to approve your account, and they will look into your engagement, they will look into your following. But again, you know, if you have everything in check, then even with a small following, you can grow from there. You have to sometimes, you know, like with influencer, you have to take surveys, and you have to constantly check what's available, which boxes they sending out. So it's not very consistent. Sometimes you can get, you know, something big like a whole box of goodies, and sometimes you can get like a tiny sample of something. So again, it's very inconsistent, but at least it's worth trying out, see how it goes. Again, it's a great opportunity to at least build up your portfolio and then focus on actual paid collaborations. And then, you know, for example, with Octoly, once they approve you, it's pretty easy. You just have to go and reserve certain product, and some company can either approve you or disapprove you. In order for them to approve you, they're gonna look again at all the same things. How do you qualify in terms of your niche? Have you worked with this particular brand before or similar brands? What your audience have to say about you, and things like that. And then the last tip I have here for you for today is research smaller brands and engage with them. And this is very crucial, because I think when somebody decides to become an influencer or a blogger, content creator, whatever you want to call it, they want to, you know, just get paid for it and work with big names such as, I don't know, let's say Lululemon and L'Oreal and so on and so forth, depending again what you specialize in. But what a lot of people forget is that actually there are plenty of small businesses, maybe family owned, who also need some kind of promotion or social media boost. And I think it's good to research those brands and offer them a free post in exchange for a product. Again, that's how you're going to build up your portfolio, and what you can get out of it, depending what it is, what kind of products it is. But again, don't work with brands you don't believe in, or brands who if they're just offering you a free product but you don't believe in product, don't put it out there. I am very, very picky when it comes to collaborations, because I want to be trusted by people. I don't want to put something out there which I don't believe in. Before I post something, I use product for some time to actually see if it has any results, what I like and what I dislike. And another thing to mention, look at other influencers. Who are they working with? What kind of content they are posting? Be constantly out there, looking out for trends, and be inspired. I'm not saying necessarily steal their ideas, but definitely get inspired and motivated by other content others people are posting, and make something from it of your own. So those were my 8 tips on how to work with brands when you're not a huge influencer, at least how you can start. I hope that you guys find this content helpful. If you did, please don't forget to give me big juicy thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because I post at least twice a week. And I will see you in my next videos. Bye bye.